Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Muhammad AMMAR bin Muhammad KATHIRAN. I am from CDCS 2514C. So in this video, I will explain about DVWA demo attacks. So let's move to the what is actually DVWA. So DVWA is a damn vulnerable web application. Is a purposely insecure web application designed for learning web security and ethical hacking. So it is provide a safe environment where users can practice exploiting common vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, XSS, CSRF, command injection, brute force, and insecure file uploads. So DVWA also helps a user understand how real attacks work. So in this video, I will choose two type of attacks. So we move to the first attack. So the first attack was chosen is SQL injection. So what is SQL injection? SQL injection is a web security vulnerability that happens when an application takes user input and puts it directly into a SQL query without proper filtering or validation. This allows an attackers to inject malicious SQL commands into the query. So now let's move to the first demonstration. First, I will go to the DVWA menu on the left side and click SQL injection. So I need to enter the user ID, and I will start with the normal condition, and I will input number 1 and press submit. So the page returns the detail for the user with ID number 1. This shows how the page behavior under a normal condition. And next, I will perform an SQL injection. I will type this input and press submit. So as you can see, the application now displays all user records instead of just one. This means the SQL query was manipulated and the database returned every row. This happened because the condition '1 equals 1 apostrophe is always true. And this proves the application is vulnerable. So this is how we can avoid from the SQL injection attack. So the first one is validate and sanitize all the user input. And the second one is use prepared statements or parameterized queries. And last one is disable error messages in production. So now let's move to the second attack, which is cross-site scripting XSS. Cross-site scripting is a vulnerability where attackers inject malicious JavaScript into a website so that it executes in other user browsers. XSS occurs because the web application fails to validate or sanitize user input. So if the website simply echoes or reflects user input without escaping dangerous characters, the attacker can insert JavaScript code that runs as if it came from the website itself. So now we move to the second demonstration, which is XSS. So we go to the left menu and click XSS reflected. So I will type with the normal input first. For example, Alex. Then I click submit. So when I press submit, the website simply displays the text back to me. Now I will inject a simple JavaScript payload to the input text to test for XSS. So I type this into the input file. Then I click submit. So here you can see a pop-up alert appearing. This means the browser execute the JavaScript code I entered. It confirms that the website is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. So the website is directly inserted my input into the page HTML without sanitizing it. So this allows my script to run inside the victim's browser, and attackers can replace this alert with harmful scripts that steal cookies or redirect users to malicious website. So this is 3 ways to prevent from the XSS attacks. So the first one is use content security policy CSP, and second one is use frameworks that auto escape put, and lastly is escape all HTML output. So what I can conclude here, I have successfully demonstrated 2 common web vulnerabilities, SQL injection and cross-site scripting XSS. So through the DVWA, we saw how attackers can exploit weak input validation to access sensitive data, run malicious scripts, and compromise users or entire system. These vulnerabilities highlight an importance of secure coding practices such as input validation, output encoding, parameterized queries, and using security headers. So by understanding how these attacks works and how to defend against them, developers can reduce security risks and build safer, more resilient web application. So I think that's it from me. Thank you for watching.